With Spirit playing as the Brood War Terran, choosing that one. I think he was the higher seed, so he probably had the choice there. And Classic coming from the lower bracket, playing as the SC2 Protoss. Now, on an air map, how would that... What would happen here? How would this fare? Let's try to brainstorm this a little bit. What does the early Protoss air arsenal look like? For the StarCraft 2 Protoss, we do have Phoenix, we do have Oracles, and we do have basically those two, right? Phoenix and Oracle and Void Ray, right? Now Void Ray does not feel like it could do much. The Oracle openings, probably. Yeah, I can see them deal a lot of damage. Now Classic is already... Oh, this might be the perfect pylon for him. This might just be a scout, but this could, if he throws down tech here and goes into this direction, it's a gamble, of course, but this might be the perfect luck situation for him. Yeah, I think like Oracles, right? He's actually going into 2 gates. Okay, so he's afraid of a drop or of a boost. Barracks boost, but barracks boost wouldn't make sense because you just don't know where your opponent is, right? I wonder, as the Terran, what would you do? 2-port Wraith? I mean, with this economy, you could probably support 3-port Wraith. But are Wraiths the answer to Protoss? Oh my god, he's going into a Robo, he's dropping across. Okay, so he's gonna force this into a ground battle, basically. And he's lucky, because he will have that one in the 33% chance this time is gonna be his. And for Spirit, it's gonna be the bad 33.3% chance, because, well, he wanted his opponent to not get him first, and he's actually scouting into the wrong direction. And yeah, man, this is looking good for Classic. He will force this into a very early ground fight. I don't think Goliaths are gonna cut it. Against like Zealot, Stalker, Sentry, maybe even Immortals. I don't think so, yeah. You're probably gonna struggle to keep up production against 4 gates as well. This is a 1 base all in. So Classic really playing the map, I feel like. Of course, being lucky here with that. Extremely lucky, I have to say. I mean, the Sentry, if he overcharged this and grabs a hallucination, he's not even gonna do that one. He's just going all in on this location, and this is the perfect situation for him. Floating out, no units. First Vulture on the way, which could be nice, to be honest, but a tank even? Okay, I can see it. Can see a potential defense coming here. But Classic is gonna be... Oh, he's actually moving to the wrong location. Oh, he's not... Okay. Oh, this is a big deal. He thinks it's cross-spawn. For some reason, he thinks it's cross-spawn. Oh, this is a very big deal. Now, as I said, all of the luck and stuff, well, that turned on its head. Now, this is going to be extremely good for Spirit, and he can potentially turn this into a longer game. Imagine if you would hit here with only 1 Vulture and 1 tank with like 7 or 8 Stalkers. No. It's a big no-go. And he still thinks he's going to peek up that ramp, and then there's going to be the base. And he's like, oh, Shibal, it's not forced cross-spawn. Now, is he going to utilize a... Yes, he's going to utilize a Phoenix. I was wondering if he does that. And he will find his opponent now here in the bottom. And he will be like, big Shibal, but I can at least transfer over quite easily. He could potentially pick up from this location, does it work? Almost. But I mean, look at this. There's already enough units here to potentially hold this. We do have siege mode. There's 2 siege tanks, 2 Goliaths, 3 Goliaths, 3 siege tanks now, and 1 Vulture. And the army is gonna be scouted, and this is a full 1 base all in here. But man, siege tanks already crushing this. As well with these 60 HP SCVs. Gonna make it so difficult here for Classic to do anything at this point. The timing was on his side, everything was on his side, and then he decided that this is forced cross spawns, runs into the wrong location, and everything just falls apart here for his rush. But maybe he can still make it work. The War Prism is gonna get shut down, but he still has a bunch of units here. Zealots are proving to be quite powerful. We need to see more vultures against those, I feel like. But the SCVs, he even has a Wraith now. The SCVs... So he has 10 damage on those Wraiths. He's making another War Prism. But I mean, if you take a look at the income, it's so insanely more powerful here for Spirit. I don't think you can make this work. He's just making more and more units. You should not stop unit production. Constant unit production here. He needs to get his SCVs mining again. Siege up that tank. Maybe he can still make this work, just because the unit production was cut so badly here for Spirit, because he didn't have any income at all for a moment there. This spike is literally him going to 0 income. It doesn't show the full extent of that lead, actually. Now this Wraith is kind of pushing away that War Prism, and he's making more of the Wraiths just because he has that production facility and he needs to utilize any production he can right now. Actually, bringing back the barracks might be a good choice to try and bolster this with a few Marines. He's gonna, again, pull these SCVs. They're working on hallucinated Archons, that's not great. Tanks are shooting here from the low ground, but they're kind of friendly firing all of their SCV friends. Now he needs to focus fire on those, finally he's gonna do that, on those sentries, on those stalkers. Zealots are kind of the answer, no vultures. But again, he does clear that War Prism, and if he clears this army again, he's still gonna be in a worker lead. He does have the 2 bases. He's not gonna be broken. Gets another shot on these stalkers and will reduce them to ashes. And yeah, I think Spirit should still win from this position. Now, Classic is gonna try again. He's just gonna try again and again until he runs out of money, I guess. And there's a lot of money on this map. Minus 23 SCVs and still ahead. Yeah, that's how all in Classic is with this, right? I mean, look at this. Still more mining going on for Spirit. And he keeps on reproducing SCVs. He's going into his +1 now. Oh, he's gonna find this with the Wraith here. And this is only sentries. Maybe he can kill it. Ah, he does miss micro with the Wraith, and the sentries actually do get the Wraith. He did shoot the sentries there, I think, a couple of times. I hit the shot from the Wraith and down there, but... And now we do have a drop evac here, a drop ship. And he's trying to go into that, trying to chase that War Prism. He does not have Goliath range. I feel like the dropship is probably the worst unit he can have here in this situation. It doesn't really provide him that much. And he will lose a bunch of units. Maybe the unit production is just a bit too strong. Oh yes, there's the army. Okay, I didn't see them there. I'm so sorry, 20 tanks, I didn't see you. Now he's gonna set up 5 siege tanks here in a bit. Man, and he needs to unsiege against those guys. Oh boy, he's even chasing again. Nah, he doesn't even need to unsiege. It doesn't matter. And he's gonna kill it. And Classic has to GG. Spirit is gonna take the first map in this best of 5. Whoa, what a crazy game on this map. This map has been delivering, but Classic really deciding to push his luck and then being extremely lucky and then deciding to be the unlucky one in the end. It felt like he had a timing window there against Spirit. And for the next map, Classic, of course, being the loser, has the choice of race. And he chooses Brood War Protoss. We will see the Brood War Protoss against SC2 Terran next on Whispers of Gold. Let's see how that's gonna fare here. Let's hop into the game. It's a best of 5. Spirit is up 1-0 and he's in the top left. And Classic down 1-0 in the bottom right. And I want to start play this cup myself now. Just gonna always play Terran. I have so many ideas. Now I only need to be able to execute them, but... Gate 1 away. Some later. Now let's see what Spirit's gonna do. Is he gonna try to exploit anything from the early StarCraft 1 Protoss that might not be on par with the capabilities that the SC2 race does provide? Throwing down that Nexus very early here. Cybernetic score on the way. And a 1 Rex expand from our Terran player. I feel like going into these long macro games doesn't really make that much sense because the compositions from SC2 are kind of figured out, but the ones from Brutal are not that much. And the AoE just being way more stronger for the Brute War races makes them naturally stronger in those late game scenarios where cost efficiency is gonna be king, and AoE being so strong, well, guess what's cost efficient? AoE. Reactor for a factory potentially here. Maybe Hellions or Widow Mines. Of course, in a best of 5 series you can't really do only a one-trick pony, right? You cannot always go for the same build, you cannot always try to exploit the same way, because eventually it's gonna be hard countered and then you look like a fool. But it's good to mix in those strategies as well, because if you always try to go for that macro play, well, it's also not that good. And Dragoon across the map is gonna pressure this base. Only a Marine at home, no bunker. 3 Marines. Can they kind of hold against this Marine, against this Goon here? He's gonna lose the first Marine. And he does get the Goon down half health. He's gonna lose 1 health point here. Is this like 5 shots or 4 shots? 1, 2, 3, 4 shotting. Okay, so he 4 shots Marines. Got it. He's gonna go deep on that mule, and he gets it. That's a great pick. And this Goon pressure is looking so powerful, man. It wasn't even the fastest Goon pressure you could have played, right? You could have gone for a 2-gate opening like with this. This is so insane, man. But now he loses all of his Goons. The last one rallied in, also is most likely gonna fall. 1 more tank shot should do the trick, but those spiders are fast, man. Those craps. 4.11 speed. Tank is never gonna catch up. Now robotic support bay on the way, observatory on the way here. And we will see that Reaver play. Hear me out. Viking Rush. You have a proxy starport, and you make a reactor, and you Viking Rush. The Vikings are probably decent against Goons, to be honest, because they shoot faster and they deal actually more damage because of their bonus against... Oh my god, is he gonna grab it? The bonus against mechanical. They're mechanical, right? Yes, they are mechanical. And you also can just play... It also naturally plays against a Reaver drop. But ooh, he's going for a Liberator. Is he gonna boost chase this? He does not have the boost right now. He really wants to have that, and he should try to take this one. He's gonna try to fend off everything there on the sidelines. He's gonna has to drop these goons here to keep that shuttle safe. He does not want to lose the shuttle. He loses a goon there on the north. But these two might be intercepted here. Not quite. Now first Reaver is here. He sees the Reaver. The Reaver does shoot. One Marine is gonna get sacrificed into the Reaver. So far some good split micro here, and he does get the Reaver, so maybe he can overpower. Meanwhile, Liberator setting up in the main, that's gonna be a bunch of free damage. Dragoons trying to kill these siege tanks, but they're just not so good against them as they are against the Brutal tanks, so looking very good here for Spirit. This push is looking to be able to kill off that third base. Now Liberator will be destroyed by these Dragoons, and he needs to gather his forces. I mean, look at that. Look at how many shots they need to actually kill these tanks. It's insane. Now, there's a Viking. That's what I wanted to see. Land it and kill those 3 goons. Oh, that was a good connection. But nice splits, man. Spirit splits have been really good so far. But if he loses all of these Marines, he's gonna lose all of the anti-air. Can he get the shuttle? Okay, he gets the shuttle and he will get the Reaver as well. But he does not get the game. You just get a good trade though. Please pull these guys back. Now what is he going for? Stim combat shields. As I say, I'm not a big fan in bio against Protoss. Like bio tank maybe. I can get behind that. Marine tank basically, right? I can kind of get behind that, but I still don't like it as much. I feel like there's more powerful options to play this, but I have to wait and see. Now, so far, this is Marine tank, but only 1 factory production, of course. Just so much more barracks here coming online. Do see the shuttle speed come online here. Is he gonna catch these Marines? I guess not. Oh, the Viking, come on! It slowly falls down to the ground. Zealot lags on the way here, and I'm expecting to see that Templar Archive soon as well. Classic is making his 4th Nexus. 3rd Nexus is up and running. Reaver is gonna be picked up by the shuttle. We do see the 3rd command center being finished up now. I wonder what this probe is for. Is it gonna make shield batteries? Oh, that Reaver might be caught. Yeah, it's gonna get caught. You need to kill the Reaver. There you go. And the shuttle speed is not done yet, so he loses the shuttle as well. These Dragoons are a little bit too far forward. If you come from behind... Ah, there's a wall, I guess you can't come from behind. No concussive shells yet. But yeah, look at those Marauders actually being very strong against goons. I think a double proxy Marauder, for example, should be quite difficult to hold for that brutal Protoss. Maybe shield batteries are too strong though, but I'm not sure. Just throwing out a few ideas. Now Spirit is trying to utilize this position here. Siege up and siege that Nexus. He needs to bring one of these tanks a little bit more forward. He needs to snipe that. And he does go ahead and snipe that actually. Now is this mischance actually in play, or is this kind of bugged? I'm probably gonna test against after this match if the low ground high ground mischances actually apply properly. Now Classic is coming around with a bunch of zealots here, clearing some of these tanks. 1 tank again exposed here. That's basically all he's doing. He's just clearing tanks and reinforcements. Tanks and reinforcements. It's all of this rotational system. What it is designed to do is just clear out the siege units. Templar Archives on the way. Does also enable DTs, of course. Now he will lose a huge amount of units here in the front, but Reaver might get a good connection. He still has that shot. He's gonna go for that Marauder, and he will get another Marauder. Most of the units are depleted here now, but I feel like he still has a bunch of units somewhere. And there they are. Weren't rally to the front, a bunch of zealots only, but maybe Spirit can actually take this one. He has a lot of medic support at this point. He has a bunch of bio units. He has good upgrades for his bio units. +1 is there. And this is only zealots. There's no Storm, there's no Reavers anymore. Maybe he will be able to take this map. There's one Reaver and he gets a very good connection. Can he get one more shot? No! Nice snipe here from Spirit. GG is gonna be caught. Spirit taking a 2-0 lead against Classic. Really, really solid stuff. And the Terran music. Okay, so Spirit did... I have to... I mean, if anyone's here from the Cup right now, who was there, and who is from the admin team or something, or from the game designers, please let me know if this best of 5 is the same rule set, where the loser does choose the race, or if it's actually like a rotation or a different... like if it goes like, you know, A, B, A, B, something like that, who can pick the race first, right? I really would love to know that. Now let's hop into the third map of this best of 5. In the top right we do have Spirit up 2-0 and playing Brood War Terran. In the bottom left we do have Classic playing that SC2 Protoss. Now can he win this time? As far as my knowledge goes, he chose to play Brood War Protoss. Spirit. He should probably go into Academy Rush. 3 Racks Academy. He's going for a command center first though. He feels good about his position. He's up 2-0. He only needs one more win. He comes from the upper bracket, so if he just wins here, this is all gonna be over. He's gonna win the tournament. He basically needs only one more win in this best of 5, right? 1 out of 3 maps, and he can play a little bit greedy then. Command center first into triple barracks setup. I'm expecting here with the Academy Stim Rush behind that. Now Classic throwing down his own Nexus, there it is. Before the cybernetics core. By the way guys, thank you everybody for tuning in so far. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. I really like what I'm seeing as of yet. And if you haven't yet, please make sure to follow the channel. It's free, it does help me grow the channel and it does support me. Thank you so much for that appreciation and sorry for that support, and it's very much appreciated by me. Now, also if you haven't yet, please make sure to follow all of these 3 YouTube channels. It's also free and it does help us to keep them up and running and eventually get them monetized, and then we can sponsor tournaments, you know, with the money we make from those commercials. So it's got to be a full cycle into growing esports here. And every tiny support does go a very long way, so thank you very much. Now Stargate from Classic. Going into early adepts, this is a little bit dangerous, but I think he saw that this is gonna be mech. He sees that factory, so he knows this is not gonna be that academy timing that you need to be afraid of. So he can play a little bit technical himself, a little bit tech heavy, greedy in that regard, while boosting out his economy. And vultures, potentially with speed. I would have loved to see the machine shop first and then a speed upgrade and then the first vulture. I guess he's gonna get it with the second factory and really wants the first vulture out on the map as fast as possible. Now one adept, what can it do here? The shade, you can't really do anything against the shade. But I don't think you can aggressively shade on top of these marines like that. And he does see the vulture, but he doesn't really see anything else. There's an armory behind this. What is this for? What's the armory for? Is he gonna go like Goliath? I guess it makes sense against the Oracle, right? Did he get any information? He has no scouting info at all. But it would make sense if you want to play safe. You get an early armory to get a few Goliaths out, so you can actually have anti-air and not die to something like Oracles, Void Rays, or Phoenixes. I still feel Phoenixes should be super, super powerful though. If your opponent goes mech, I mean Goliaths, yeah, but Phoenixes should be able to like lift kill them, right? If you have the correct numbers. It's kind of like Stalkers. Now, coming in here, Spirit. Oh my god, is this series gonna end? No, the Oracle does pop in the correct time, but 3 vultures are gonna one-shot Now still, he needs to make this work. The other Oracle is working on the SCVs, but they have so much HP, he needs to overcharge that, I feel. And he loses way more. Oh my god, and he's out of energy. You know, he overcharges this at home here at least, but look at that, he only killed 2. He only killed 2 and he lost 10. Boy. And Spirit is just throwing down another command center. A couple stalkers across the map, yeah. Do 150 HP on Goliaths. Hellfire missiles, of course. So they deal extra damage against armored, and oracles are armored, so 10 damage, 20 damage against those oracles. I don't think oracles have armor, right? Yeah. They're just armored, but they don't actually have an armor. It's kind of weird to me, but I guess that's how it is. Stalkers also deal that extra damage, but 150 HP is just so much. It's almost like a tank, right? Now Oracle, double Oracle coming in, but not being microed. He's busy on the front, microing his Stalkers. Now he's gonna shoot at a machine shop, but that's not like those flimsy 250 HP things from the Terran. It's like a 750 HP full superstructure. It's more than a depot. It's like almost 2 SC2 Terran depots, and now he's gonna lose the first Oracle. I feel like a lot of those choices from Classic are quite questionable here. Now Blink is about to finish up. He still has the Oracle around. He can finally do something with these Stalkers. He can finally actually go in, be very aggressive. There we go. It's gonna complete now. He's gonna blink up, and there we go. And he's gonna... Oh, nice pop there on that tank here for Classic's gonna snatch the first one. Oracle should probably go back, I feel like. Maybe he wants to throw down a Revelation to keep tabs on the actual army. Maybe he can get a few of these Goliaths here, but Siege Tank is done. Siege mode is done, and he's gonna evacuate into the natural, where he already has a few more Stalkers waiting. And he's trying to pull Spirit apart a little bit. Can he make that trade happen? He does have enough firepower to clear these tanks, but ooh, one tank does survive. It's gonna get repaired and sieged. Now he needs to stay active on those Goliaths. Can he make this work? He's reinforcing with 3 Stalkers at a time. That means he was working on a 3 gate here for now, and he's adding 3 extra gates. But this pressure is just to keep up his expansion pattern, which is going into a 4 base setup right now. He did delay this command center here. Whoa, look at that. Missed chance there from the low ground. Love to see it. He's gonna jump on that tank, but there's so many units now in this base. I think this might have been a little bit of a too ambitious blink here. He's losing so many workers. So many Stalkers. Yeah, he's losing all of them. There's no escaping. And that's all of the army, man. He's down to 15 guys supply. And one of them is the Oracle, right? Can he get one more? I guess one more unit. Yeah, maybe he can get one more Goliath there. Some nice micro in the end. But can he get the stasis trap to deny this one? He does not have the energy. 2, 1. Oh, it's just in time. Just in time. Oh my god. And I think this... Oh, this SCV doesn't block it. Okay. Was just on the edge there. Archons? Against mech? Maybe, yeah? I can see it. There's no EMP. And they have a lot of health. Maybe. Still not sure. I rather want to see some DTs. I mean, look at this. He made a missile turret where he could have placed the comstat. And he has no comstat. He has no academy. There's no detection. I mean, people need to realize this. Invisible Man. There's a reason why it's so strong in Brood War. Even though you have these turrets, right? You can't push out. He literally cannot push out. If there's 1 DT on the map, he cannot push out anymore. You could try to run past it, but that's about it. He's making just more factories. Finally, he's going down into a starport here, but throwing down missile turrets. Missile turrets are super cheap, and remember, StarCraft 2 maps are buildable everywhere, so there's no like unbuildable terrain, so you can actually do those turret pushes. And if you just keep on denying those turrets, I feel like with the Ts, well, I mean, yeah, spider mines potentially can just kill you. Oh my god, the zealots actually charging on top of that barracks, man. Still though, is it enough zealots to potentially break this position? I think yes. I think the answer is yes. We do have Immortals in that mix. We do have Archons in the mix. The Mech Army is falling apart. Spirit has to GG. Finally, Classic gets a point on the board. Whew, but that was actually, he was sweating there, I can tell you. He was sweating buckets there. Okay, so next time Classic's gonna play Brute or Protoss, and it might be Spirit choosing the Terran for StarCraft 2. It's gonna be the map Citadel. Well, let's hop into this one. In the bottom left, we do have Spirit, which is still up 2. And in the bottom right, we do have Classic, which has 1 point. And he's sending out a very early probe. He's sending it to the middle. Is this going to be cross scout, or is he going to make gateways? He's going to make gateways. Dragoon Rush? I mean, he has more miners than in the actual Brute War edition, right? This would be what, like an 8 gate or 9 gate or something like that, right? 10 gate, 12 gate, something like that, right? 9 or 10. This is already 15 workers because you start with so many. So maybe you go into goons, into double gate goon. He's going into an assimilator. So yeah, I think he's going into a double goon opening here. He's gonna throw down a cybernetic scope potentially at home. He has that extra income, and he's gonna be lucky with a scout. Oh, I think this is gonna be a quick 2-2 situation here with these two players. Now, is he gonna make zealots? I wonder. He's gonna throw down a cybernetics cone, and then he's gonna go into zealot production. So he will have a double zealot come out, and then gonna go into the double dragoon. I wonder if he grabs goon range with it. He's only on 1 gas, so I kind of think no. But he might eventually. He has time for zealots. Yes, indeed he has. He's even gonna block here with a pylon. But Spirit is someone who really doesn't care. He just places it off location. And he's gonna be fine with that. He's really one of those guys who wants to get it as fast as possible. Now we do have this double zealot waiting here in the middle. And Classic is kind of luring the SCV to a different location. And the Reaper as well. So now he's of course waiting with his zealots. Is he gonna find the Reaper? He will see it now. What is his response gonna be? He's just sending out the zealots. He's gonna pressure the command center. He's gonna walk into this location. Reaper's gonna kill the probe. He sees there's nothing here. And a bunker is being placed. So this might be good here for Spirit, but he still doesn't know. He's gonna bring back the Reaper home. But the goons are already here. And he made a reactor. He has 2 Marines, 1 Reaper. But he kind of needs to pull SCVs, and he needs to pull a lot of them. He's pulling 7-ish, but I don't think that's enough. I think you need more. Reaper grenades though could be quite valuable. He's trying to go for that Reaper assassination, but the Reaper actually does tank a lot of shots from those goons. The Zealots man already on 5 kills here is the powerful unit of the century, and he's gonna work on that main base, and already 9 workers down. Widow mine on the way. Not sure if I like that idea. Would have liked the Cyclone or a tank more. I mean, the Widow mine is gonna kill 1 unit, right? Not even. It doesn't one-shot Dragoons. Well, that doesn't make much sense, to be honest. I really don't like this choice of the Widow mine. I feel like a Tac Lab would have been better. Even though it's a slower unit, right? So he does get a surround on Dragoons there in the south. But, I mean, look at the damage. 15 SCVs. He does get cancelled on all of these facilities here. He's going into goon range now. He has a shield battery at home. In case Banshees come in, for example. He can heal against Banshees. But, I mean, He should know by the timing that there's nothing on the way from his opponent, really. What is he gonna bring this probe for? He's just gonna walk in. He's gonna sacrifice a little bit of health, but he just keeps these alive. There's no bunker. There was no bunker being made. There's only one marine. Man, this game is over. This game is so over. There's gonna be a tank which will pop and which will do something. What is the probe for, man? It's just in the group. Now he's gonna pull all of his SCVs. He wants to have that tank anchor this position and it will shoot to the high ground, but this is a like miss position. He even loses the tech lab and he's just gonna run in. The SCVs of course had to pull back to mine again and he lose the tank. GG is gonna be called. Bam! 2 gate. Terrible spot for Spirit indeed. Now 2-2. I like to see it though, so we will get a map number 5 at least in this best of 5. And if Classic wins that one, we will see at least 2 more maps. Brute War Protoss against SC2 Terran. So Spirit loses, and probably if it's loser choice still, as far as I know, he chose to go SC2 Terran. I think, honestly, I think the SC1 Terran should be the stronger opinion. Oh, the stronger choice, but I don't know. Maybe he has something up his sleeve with StarCraft 2. Let's get into this game here. We're looking at a 2-2 situation between Spirit in the bottom right here on Silphith and on the 12 o'clock position in the top middle. It's Classic. Now this could be potentially, if Spirit wins this one, is gonna be the last game of the tournament. If Classic wins this one, they have to play another best of 3 because Spirit came from the upper bracket. And that's basically the advantage he has from the upper bracket. If he can win the first 3 maps, or within the first 5 maps, 3 of those, he will just win the tournament. If Classic can manage to win 3 of the first 5 maps, he will get into a straight up best of 3 against Spirit. So it's potentially going to be 8 maps. Kind of cool. And it could end up being like a actual 4-4, but that's the advantage you have as the basically upper bracket player, right? If it's going to be like a 4-4 situation in maps, then you still win the tournament because you came from the upper bracket. Even though it looks kind of weird, right? 4-4. Yeah, I win. But I think it's one of the fairer choices. I don't like it when they just give a map advantage for the upper bracket player. I think I like the reset into a best of 3. I wouldn't mind a reset into another best of 5, something like that, right? Because it's the grand finals. But this is not, it's not the playoffs, so it's a cup, which leads up to the playoffs. We just need this to get more exposure, and then we grab more sponsors for the EVO League. I think it's still the most watched video on Tosis Cast 2, one of the EVO games, which is like 19k or 20k views or something. It's quite good for StarCraft viewers. It's really, really powerful, especially on a channel that only has 6k subs, right? Kakaru. Now Dragoon on the way, and Spirit did find his opponent with a Marine, but Dragoon is gonna find the Marine. And both players are trying to get the high ground. It's so cool, man. So cool to see stuff like that. So just get that advantage. To make this a little bit more difficult. We do see the Muda Mine. It's gonna go very aggressively against this Dragoon, but it still does not get into the perfect position where it wants to be. There's still room here to micro for the Goon on the left side. Yeah, as you can see. What is he doing? What is he trying to do here? I wonder. just dancing. He likes the Dragoon movements, I guess. Maybe it's his Brute War brain, which is so trained to try to do this. So he can actually get the Widow Mine to pop up and then he can shoot it. Oh, he gets the mine. The Spider Mine, right? Not the Widow Mine. Yeah, the Spider Mine, sorry, the Widow Mine in this case doesn't die. And that is the anchor point for Spirit's defense. Oh no, tank? Maybe a little bit too forward. Goon range, about to finish up. Goon number 4 joining in. Now the tank is in a good position though. Marines are still here in the front. Now again, what is the actual tech choice here for Spirit? I dare him to play mech. Because I think it's better. I'm not sure though. Maybe air is the way to go, like air tank. But then the tank for SC2 has 3 supplies, so it's not that efficient in actual unit numbers. It's gonna be very tough. Yeah, this is gonna be 1-1-1 for now. It's Viking tank. Viking tank marine. Is he gonna pull a few SCVs to set up a few bunkers maybe? He's going into attack lab now on the starport. That means he could either go for Banshees or he could potentially go into battlecruisers, but no fusion core yet, so... Oh, Raven, of course, yeah, excuse me. It's gonna be the Banshee though, but it feels like the Raven has so little usage in this kind of matchup. Now, Classic sees this army across the map in front of his base and he's gonna pull back his own forces. And that's some nice damage here, already killing 5 workers. Solid work. And Spirit is edging in a little bit more. He's coming in a little bit further. Now the big surround is gonna happen. Probes are gonna be pulled. I'm not sure if you need to pull that many probes. Now after these guys are dead, you can basically pull them back, right? So he's gonna lose an additional 5 workers here. But he will be able to chase this out. He's gonna kill the Viking. He might be able to kill all of these units, man. The brutal units are so much faster. And he's gonna have lag enhancements here in just a second for the Zealot. So the Zealot is gonna start on chewing on that siege tank even. Man, that was an expensive retreat. It didn't really... the only unit he got home. The only unit he got home. 1 Marine. He lost tanks, he lost everything on the retreat. He should have just stand his ground and fight, I feel like. Trying to wall this off. Zealots can't get in, having a rough time here. And that Marine that made it home is still alive. He's still shooting. He's still part of the group. He's part of the team. Banshee coming in. Cloaked Banshees, of course. Gonna be an impossible to break position here for Classic. He does not have an observatory as of yet, does he? He doesn't have any observers. He doesn't have an observatory. He has only that citadel. He has a robot. Oh, he has an observatory, excuse me. So he can make observers, but he doesn't have one. And he's gonna start to lose workers. He is making the observer now, but this Banshee already had 9 kills here, killing so many of those workers. Oh, there's the first observer, finally. Second observer out here as well. Banshee is gonna get chased out. And does not die. Second Banshee. It's gonna do a lot of damage here. So Spirit, both players kind of hitting each other really hard here. Banshees, man. It's a good unit. Ain't it? Spirit is going into third base. There's another Banshee coming across. He scans to check if there's an observer, but little does he know, the observer is already here. And there was of course a notification basically. It's like he sent a message to Classic. And Classic's phone is vibrating. And it says, Banshee, natural. Look at these guys. One of them has a... His right arm is missing. The other one looks quite intact. And I mean, his nerf cords are also severed, so he's definitely the broken one. Does he have only one leg? No, he has both legs. Ghost Academy, Bioplay here again. +1 on the way. A lot of tech labs, unused tech labs, and weird, yeah. Let's see, the tech lab health, it's at 400 health. Okay, so a machine shop has 750 health. That's almost double. It's insane. I didn't know tech labs have that much health, to be honest. Now, Storm, High Templar Energy, 4th base, a lot of gateways, few cannons. And already +2. Now sensor turrets, Spirit is gonna play this a little bit differently, more slower, more macro oriented. And he does snatch that observer. Oh, I guess he didn't. We do see a second forge now on the way, the armory and that second engineering bay as well on the way here for our Terran play. He's gonna make a few turrets, a little bit of static defense. And there's gonna be a shuttle about to drop in High Storm on top of all of his mineral line. And that High Storm does deal more damage than the other High Storm. So take care, my friend, because all of your workers are dead. That's how SC Brood War Terran feels against SC Brood War Protoss, right? He comes in, he just clicks 3 times, and then all of the SCVs are gone. Now, a couple goes with this army. Oh my god, he's catching the army from Classic here, and the army from Spirit looks just so much more powerful without any Templar support here. He did utilize, I think, 3 storms, so I wonder how many he has left in those High Templars. He also does not actually have... he has that many High Templars anywhere like stacked up, right? He's going into more High Templars now, but he's only working with what he has in the army. It's kind of 6 High Templars here. And the reinforcements are going to be cut off. Can Spirit break Classic here, or is Classic going to be able to bring it back? He does have those Templars in the drop. It comes down to EMPs as well. No, only 1 EMP left, but the Ghost is kind of in the north here, a little bit too far. He's trying to snipe that prison, but oh my god, man, even the Medivacs. Oh, shit! Oh, boy! 22 kills! 22 kills. I wonder how many of those were the SCVs. 22 kills. And the other, this one also, the combined one has 22 kills, so... That's why I think you should not go bio. And that's why Brood War Terran does not go bio against Brood War Protoss, by the way. Because you just... There's one storm and then all of the Marines are gone. You can't even move out. That's why. That's exactly why. And even I know EMPs is on the Ghosts and not on the vessels, and it's easier to hit potentially, but I don't think it's the right choice. By the way, these Archons look cool, man. The Brood War Archons. And he has to abandon this position. We'll have to see if he actually can save this base, because there's a lot of... No, he's gonna definitely lose this one. It's too slow on the evacuation. He's gonna try and drop across the map, but another storm could potentially even kill these medevacs. Quite low. He's exposing himself now. He's gonna drop everywhere here. Spirit's gonna start the multi-prong harassment, which he was kind of famous for when he began becoming a very, very strong Terran player. And this next step in his... Oh, this is actually from replay, so I can't show you the bracket or it would spoil you. But this is the grand final, so there's not much to come after this. Now, Spirit, can he make something happen here with these drops, with the multi-prong? Can he pull Classic apart? This is a weakness from the Brood War race. You're not that mobile, you're not that flexible, you're not that good in splitting off units to deal with different armies. You're good in holding strategic positions. And you're very supply efficient, but I mean, the multi-prong and the actual damage output on those small armies is really powerful here for the Terran. And that being said though, he's already kind of boxing in this group here. There's this High Templar chilling over here. High Templar statue. And we're seeing carriers right now. He's pulling them. Where's the rest of the carriers? He had more carriers. He already had a couple in production, I think. Did he lose carriers? No, he didn't. So I guess cancelled them. He's going into the carrier upgrade, so you can actually get 8 interceptors. And this Brood War carrier is actually operating like the actual Brood War carrier. He will get scouted though, but as you can see, he does not have... We need to get the animation though from the actual Brood War carrier. He does not have the interceptors yet, and they're not great against bio, as you can see. Oh man, storming his own Archons. Oh no, goons there. And they only have like 4, but the interceptors will kind of stick behind. As long as they move, they will not be able to actually load into the carrier again. Classic needs to lose your army, he needs to lose human units. He needs to kind of lose units so he can actually go into that carrier production. Now I think he did not get the interceptor upgrade yet, and as you can see, it's not up here. And Spirit is trying to snipe another base here. Can he make this happen? Can he make this work? The army though is so much more strong here for Classic, it feels like. 13 Dragoons, 26 Zealots, 3 Archons, 4 High Templars, couple of carriers. Now if he can get the correct storms again. Oh my god, this is so clumped. Oh, he's only storming his own units. He loses that dropship. And he's gonna lose that High Templar. He still has a couple more. He has a couple more, and that's it. Oh, man. He still has a couple more. They're coming in slowly. And we do see another attack on the right side. Now, I feel like attacking against Protoss like this is actually really good strategy, because there's no instant reinforcement potential. And the Protoss, as weird as it sounds, you have heard this already in the other way around, where SC2 Protoss plays a lot like SC Brood War Terran. It feels like this SC I don't know what I wanted to say, but the Terran here, no, the SC2 SC Brood War Protoss feels like the SC2 Terran? No, what am I talking? I don't know, man. But yeah, something very smart is what I wanted to say, and you guys know it. Oh yes, so the SC Brood War Protoss feels like the SC2 Terran in kinds of production. Because you utilize those gateways just as normal production facilities, right? So if you can get on top of that production, you can potentially just win the game, because there's not going to be any reinforcements anymore. The productions are just way more similar in Brood War than they are in SC2, right? With those warp-ins. Basically instant reinforcements all across the map. It's not happening here. You need to rally out of your gateways, or you're gonna be, well, in a bad spot. Now these carriers still do lack the upgrade, but finally it is here and they can start to produce their extra interceptors. This is gonna be a little bit of a base race here, but in the end I feel like, man, Storm, High Templars, they should be king, no? And we still have these carriers around. I wonder how much an interceptor is. It should be 25 minerals. Now Widow Mines are gonna go off on those interceptors, and I don't think they don't clump as much as the Brood War, SC2 interceptors. Man. So this is a big issue. Both players are just going for their respective opponents' expansions. And Classic to save a lot of his workers. Not that many workers left here for Spirit. And Classic already on top of the production. There's still one more mining base here, but he cannot reinforce this, right? He needs to bring actual units over there, walk them across there. And yeah, I think Classic should be able to take this one. He has the bigger army, he has the bigger supply, he has the bigger economy. He is still working with bases right now. And yeah, Spirit is trying to evacuate everything and trying to set up a good position, but I mean, he can't even barely win the fight against this army, I feel like. Maybe if he brings everything together, but if he eats a couple bad storms, he's gonna be dead. And this should be actually killed by the probes. Oh, there we go. He's trying to force the issue with the Marauders, but in the end, man, oh my god, 5 carriers. I mean, look at that. Look at those interceptors. You can't click them, but that's how they should engage. They just have one big burst. Oh, yes. He's gonna lose the Nexus here on the left. But Classic should be able to just box in the army and just win the game, right? He still has probes down here. He has enough money for a Nexus. Spirit has no more money. He has no more income. He has no more... He has a few more SCVs, but it doesn't really matter. He needs to win with what he had. And Classic can potentially come back and just make more. And there is the carrier army finally catching up to this. He's gonna reduce all of the medevacs and he's gonna clear everything else. Classic is gonna take this best of 5 here. That means we will go into a best of 3 now, because that upper bracket situation, and we will get a reset match. That means, of course, all maps are again up for the grabbing. Which I think is one of the not so cool aspects of this reset best of 3. But let's wait and see how this is gonna play out. Now, this is 0-0, effectively. Best of 3. Reset match between Spirit in the bottom right, playing as Brute or Terran, and Classic in the top left, playing as the SC2 Protoss. Now, so far the Brood War has been kind of king, but a few SC2 wins did also happen. So between these two it's actually quite even. I want to say, I actually have no clue. But I feel like Spirit did win with StarCraft 2 once, and Classic did win with StarCraft 2 once, right? So... No, this is cheesy, man. Is this gonna be Adept? I feel like Adept should be the best option. Weirdly enough, not Stalker. Is he gonna have a pylon at home? There we go. This one's gonna be the pylon at home. For that cybernetics core. It's a regular double gate opening. It's not even all in. Because it's basically the PvP opening, right? But in Protoss vs Protoss, you just make it on top of your ramp. Cybernetics core on the way. Double Zealot production, though. This is where in the PvP you would try to make your Nexus. And this is where Classic just wants to kill Spirit. Now, Spirit is kind of known for scouting very late. He sees... Oh no, Nexus. Wait, are you one-basing me? Oh, no gateways. You're not only one-basing me, you're actually proxying me. He already slaps down that bunker, but I feel like one bunker might just not be enough. Zealot's coming in. First Marine already dead. But the bunker should go up. Now he's making an Adept and a Stalker here as his new unit number 5 and 6. And he's gonna go around and he will just deny the mining potentially here for now. Just shoot at the command center. Yeah, there you go. Zealot should probably hold ground there. Or Zealot should maybe try to walk into the main base, actually. Now he has one adept. I really wonder what that is for. I think he just wants to generate that high ground vision and see what's up in that main base. And that's all what it's designed to do. And he will get the vision. He will get the vision and he will let the shade finish. We'll start to work on those SCVs, but... I mean, they are quite beefy, as you can see. You need 3 shots. It's kind of the same though, right? It doesn't really matter. The rekill. Now the Zealot has been killed as well. And it's only Stalkers left and the bunker is full. Tank is gonna get repaired. Only 150 HP though. So a little bit easier to snipe than those StarCraft 2 tanks. That's gonna be a nice position there on the high ground. Now he's gonna come a little bit to the low ground. Yeah, he's gonna get a shot. Oh! Almost the second one. And this should be a defense. That means those gates... Oh, I don't like it. No, no, no. You don't use 2 adept shade-ins, you need to 3 adept shade-in, because look at that. The SCVs can just handle this. Look at that. The SCVs surrounding... Yeah, see, he makes even more adepts. No, no, no. This is where you need to pull 3 adepts so you can one-shot. It doesn't make any sense. He's just kind of bleeding adepts into this right now. And Spirit is gonna be quite happy for that. Yes, give me more, give me more. Double gateway here. And on the other one, other side we do have spider mines now. And the Dark Shrine. I like to see it, finally. Someone acknowledging the fact that this is actually very difficult without any detection. Now, spider mines do see invisible enemies and they will just trigger. They will pop up and trigger against those, even though they don't... You don't see them. They do, basically. And they will hit them. So if you just lace a few defensive mines, you should be fine. But it does not actually... Like, if you can kind of avoid them, there should be no way to defend against DTs, right? Because there's no vision. He's making an engineering bay now, though. That's a little bit of a lucky break here for Spirit, that Classic didn't go for this earlier. He's going into Blink. Imagine if you would have forgone Blink and go immediately into that DT. Maybe skipped a couple of Stalkers there from that early game. Now if he blinks on top of that, man, he blinks into mines and loses 4 Stalk. Oh my god. That was painful. Oh my god. He's gonna kill a factory here. Yeah, that's not a cancel. There's one more mine. Oh my god, and he loses all of these units. Oh! Okay, he saves 3. And he should have... Oh, he didn't see the engineering. Where's the engineering bay? Wait. There's the engineering bay. Pretty sure he doesn't know about it yet, yeah. And we need to see a turret. There's a turret. He sees the turret in the entrance. And he's probably going to be very unhappy. I feel like 1 base CTs, that's the way to go. Literally. Can target cloaked or burrowed units. Cannot target hovering units. 125 versus armor. 100 versus shields. Versus light. 78. Damage in general. 94. Spirit will play Mac. Now this blink attack kind of died by walking into spider mines. That's of course lucky as well for Spirit, but it is a calculated risk you kind of take. You say, alright, this is the most likely position to blinked in to be blinked in. So I'll just lay some mines down there, and if he blinks on top of those with all of his stalkers at once and doesn't consider for the fact that he needs to blink in one stalker at a time to clear out the mines, then I'll just have a good time. And that's what happened. I love it. Utilizing that for faster warp in here. It's gonna grab 3 of the DTs. One is gonna walk, I guess. And I wonder if he saw anything. No, he didn't see anything. He has no idea what's going on across him. It's so funny. Such a spirit way of playing. And I think he just saw the DTs being dropped out. And yeah. But he doesn't have anything. He doesn't have an account. Oh, he has an academy. He's actually making comp stats right now. I feel like killing the add-ons is actually not that impactful. And there's gonna be the comp set reveal and a recall on probably the army. Yeah, there we go. You need to make pylon walls against those guys. Those CTs are dealing a great bunch of damage here. Doing really well for themselves. There's a turret down here, so they are instantly seen, and Classic does not realize this. He's making more DTs now. But I feel like the time is over. The window is done. There's comsets now, there's turrets everywhere, so this is basically the DT defense here already happened. And you can't really walk through a minefield here. Because he's just gonna try to charge on top of these mines, but that's where all of these zealots just kind of died, and I feel like this tank line is just too deep. There's still more tanks on the high ground, there's more Goliaths coming. Yeah man, that was definitely a bungled attack here by Classic. Very overconfident. Now he's gonna warp in the main with that warp prism. That might be a good move here, honestly. I feel like this kind of multitasking is gonna be very difficult here for the Tyrant players to deal with. That being said though, Goliath range, pretty strong. Yeah, and he's gonna get it. And that means the prism is gone for now. He needs to remake that one. He's currently in a production cycle for an immortal. And slowly we descend to hell. Protoss hell. Now Spirit is trying to stabilize this position, but Classic, I mean, even after making a bunch of mistakes, he still has the map control, and he's really utilizing it. He's taking a 5th base right now. He has 4 bases up and running, and he's going into extra upgrades now, into the 2nd forge. He still has no remade Warp Prism, if I see this correctly. Yeah, if we check the unit tab, it's not here. So I think that's a little bit of wasted potential, but he already forced so many turrets with that. I still feel though like a Warp Prism is so good. Oh my god, man, you need to split better against those. Trying to come in here. He's gonna blink a few stalkers. Okay, he wants to grab the Widow Mines, but it doesn't actually work. And in the end, he's trying to just trade as good as he can, but I mean, look at the actual supply. Classic is actually going lower in supply, and we do have a Vulture counterattack, but that's not gonna do that well against the Stokes, I feel like. Actually, if they fight, they're not terrible, but it's still not a good fight for the Vultures. Can they drag some mines here? It doesn't seem like that's the case. Immortal on the front line, destroying another tank here. Vultures. Stokers trying to kill off this base. And on the other side we do have a different group of stalkers trying to kill this base. That was a great escape there on actually with that blink. Oh, boom. I see now you can still kind of avoid that damage. If you keep on walking, I guess. Maybe it was the one Widowmine blowing up the other one. So only one did hit with splash. Man, he loses that base. Now this is only vultures. It's not gonna win the game. I mean, look at that. He's just oh boy, I guess the Widow Mines. Oh my god. Everything just splatters. Spider Mines are cool. You have to just give it to them. They're just so cool. They're like freaking nuclear weapons, basically. Like literal ones. If you blow one up, you're gonna die yourself as well. It's just so powerful. They're just so cool in this kind of RTS setting. Widowmine's probably one of the best designs ever made by Blizzard. And also how you cannot control them and are just automated and limited, and it's just one of the best designs in the game. Classic's not using a great comp into the spider mines. Yeah, probably not. I wonder what comp would be better, but he's just playing this like a Brute War Protoss, but with Stalkers instead of Goons and a few Mortals, right? But he's still having a very difficult time breaking Spirit here. I wonder if like Colossi would be a good choice in this situation, you know, or Disruptors, for example. I really wonder. And I also wonder if you want to make some specific walls that do only block vultures. I wonder if there are such walls. Oh. Oh. And he's still losing workers, man. He's losing a lot of workers. And the revenge of the probes finally happening here. Those look so cool when they explode. I'm so sorry, vultures, but I have to say it. You guys look very cool when you explode. Classic is probably... Let's have it. I haven't... No. Okay. And then I'll watch the bottom right. But the efficiency, look at that. It's quite far ahead here for Spirit, but actually not as much as I thought. He has been also losing a lot of units. Now look at that. Spider Mines against Whopping units. That's perfect, basically. It's the perfect way to utilize those. And now Classic coming in again here. Maybe Tempest. Oh yeah, I guess Tempest makes a lot of sense. There's not really anything that can stand up to Tempest, can it? In the Terran department you have no long range anti-air unit really, except for the Goliath, but the bonus damage is there for the Tempest against ground. And they should be, yeah, they should be outranged. Do we have a Goliath here? Does he have a Goliath? I don't think he has one. No, he has a Marine, but that doesn't show us the Goliath range. Now this is the time where Spirit says, alright, it's about time we move out with our 25 tanks and just walk across the map and kill you. Because you don't have any units anymore, you don't have any money anymore, and I can just overwhelm. +3 weapons on the way. We do see AoE now. Storm, yeah? Could get behind Storm against Spider Mines. They should be able to kill them, right? Pretty sure Brute War Storm does kill them. Classic is trying to initiate a little bit of a base trade here, but he's never gonna kill this army. I mean, look at that. It's only 1-1 though, by the way. Definitely get that +2. I wonder what's the breakpoint to 2-shot Stalkers. It should be also +2, right? Look at that minefield, man. There's only 3 tanks, but it's basically impossible to engage. You need to drag those mines, you need to have a charge lot and just run it on one of those tanks. Or blink a Stalker next to those tanks or something. Yeah, I feel like Classic is pretty dead. It's gonna be so difficult to break these tanks. And he has no air units, he has no carriers, he has no Phoenix, he has no Void Rays. Void Rays would make sense in this situation, right? He doesn't even own his Stargate. And yeah. I mean, his idea is let's bring in one DT here. One invisible bro to harass your economy, which is actually not here anymore. Spider mines again. People are very struggling, really struggling against the spider mines, it feels like. Archons, they don't care. I mean, they also get hit, but they do have the tag hover, so they don't get targeted by spider mines. Now, it's a decent cleanup, but is he gonna be able to actually get the full cleanup? I don't think so. Still has an observer across the map, has a war prism across the map. Oh, there's the Goliaths, we can check the range. So the range is 8, yeah, it's not that great actually. It's still good range, but it's not 12, right? Like the Tempest says. Oh boy. Classic is so kaput. GG. Spirit is gonna dismantle that nerd in a very long, almost 20-minute game here. Now there was no coming back anymore for Classic in that late game. In the end, when he just kept on trading so inefficiently, he never really transitioned out of the unit composition. And he had like no idea really what he wanted to do. Next game, Spirit again. Playing Brood War Terran. Classic will be SC2 Protoss again. He doesn't have enough to break through the back line of tanks. Yeah, that's always like the issue with PvT though, right? Oh, it's a best of 3 and the first map goes to Spirit. So let's jump into this map. It's ley lines. In the top right, Spirit. In the bottom left, Classic. And early SCV, coming to scout or to build something. For now it's a scout. It's actually gonna throw down a command center first, it seems like. But he is in a very interesting location here. Is he gonna throw down a proxy Rex after his? No, I don't think so. It's just a delayed scout, right? It's kind of designed to block that nexus. Yeah, he's gonna make an engineering bay, and I like it because you can't float it. You just try to finish this one. You don't even let it... He should have made this from the get-go. And yeah, you finish this. Finish it, finish it. You can lift it, you can scout. I think you finish this one. Because you can lift it and then scout and then, you know, do things with it. And bring it back home. Yeah. Great stuff. No! I mean, yeah, I guess you can now, but... Yeah, okay. I get it. It's fine. Now, is Classic gonna go for faster DTs this time? I feel like he was onto something there in the last game. When he noticed, wait, DTs might be actually very good. No? And I think we might see him go into faster DTs this time. Or potentially a proxy Stargate if he thinks that's the better choice. Honestly, I'm still no big fan of those Stargate units yet. I'm not a big fan of the Oracle and how it has been utilized so far. I think like there's a lot of things you can do with the Oracle, but it's not supposed to be worker killing, in my opinion, against the Brute War races. It feels like you need to utilize the stasis more. In more like a defensive unit. And I want to actually see more Phoenix or Void Race approaches. To see how those... Now he's blocking the mineral line. Yeah, that's a really good point actually. He blocks these patches, which are the patches that are being reinforced foremost from that main base, right? Because the Probes come from the north. Now he's gonna evacuate the engineer bay to not lose it. Is this gonna be a Tempest Rush? He still has that probe here. I don't think so. Should be an Oracle. Start up that Oracle. As long as it doesn't burn. 425. It's smoking but not burning. It's a smoldering fire or something. Armory, double factory. Again, he goes for those Goliaths. He likes the Goliath as a anti-air against these Oracle openings, apparently. But this is fast. There is a turret already, though. I mean, Classic, I think, misreading this a little bit. Misidentifying that there's actually an engineer bay across the map that blocked his main base and that did finish up. So why wouldn't he not make missile turrets to be safe against oracles? See? That's why I don't like the Oracle, man. It doesn't work. It's just not that good, in my opinion. Now, I wouldn't hate the idea of making Void Rays and try to break the entrance, right? With like 3 Void Rays or something. And the Gateway Army. I think that could be a cool strategy. Proxy Void Rays, a Proxy Gate, and have like a 4 gate. Try to push with like 2 Void Rays or something. Charge on the Void Rays, break the bunker, break the tanks. Yeah, as an all-in, of course. Now, this is a 3-base setup here for Classic, so it's far away from any kind of all-in. He's going into Twilight Council follow-up. Blink, yeah. Honestly, I don't like Stalkers against the Brute War races at all. They don't feel that powerful. Even though Blink is like, yeah man, Blink. Insane, but honestly, they just outperformed so hard in stats that the Blink doesn't really do that much anymore. Now he's kind of boxing in corner. Probably needs to recall. I mean, look at how slow they kill a Goliath. They need so many shots. It's insane. 13 and 18 against armored. Our Goliaths armored, so they still take a bonus damage from Stalkers. But it's 18 against 150 health, right? Now Stalker, if you just add the shields to the thing, it's 160 health. But it's shields, right? They take full damage. Blink Stalker is a lot more timing dependent against Brute War races. That might be, yeah, there might be a lot of timings that you can really exploit if you hit it just right. But in like a normal composition, it doesn't feel like they add so much value. Also because the air capabilities from Brute War races, they're not that mobile and that threatening. I mean, the mobile air unit from that can actually shoot to ground is the Wraith here from the Terran. And do you need Blink Stalkers against that? I don't think so. Like a cannon should do the trick. And probably just a Stalker. Not in like a lot of Blink Stalker. But if you go like full Zealot commitment, you can break these positions, can't you? If you do like those charge slot, 8 lot openings, right? And those are kind of all-ins, but charge slot 6 gate opening. Why not? Just utilize a bunch of Zealots and charge into these positions. Split them correctly. Like have them shift queue them kind of and on into these locations so they actually charge into different areas and you can kind of get around these spider mines. Oh, the tech doesn't hit the spider mines. He teched the army and he was like, alright, I don't have any mines there so I can blink on top, and he blinks on top and he sacrifices a lot of his health, but he still breaks the position. Now he still loses again to 3 vultures, just half a mineral line, because they just kill workers so fast. But setting back the Terran to 2 bases, that could be a very strong move here. How fast are those speed vultures actually? 7.87, oh boy. They are super fast. Oh, look at that. I mean, fucking Stalker is useless. It's the spider mines. I think Classic sees tanks and thinks Blink Stalkers. Yeah, that would make sense if they would be 3 supply. I kind of agree there, but yeah, against those 2 supply tanks, I feel like you even outscaled there so much more. Now, sacrificing in a few zealots, can he clear enough mines? I mean, this is how I was thinking, what I was saying earlier. This is what I was thinking of. Just kind of spread out your zealots, charge in, clear the path, and then have a second wave behind and just go on top of the units and just kill everything. This looked very good, but this also looked like a brute war engagement, and then he is keeping the issue, he's keeping his stalkers way too long in the fight, because he thinks, hey, I have blink, man. They're good, they're blink stalkers, right? And then they blink into a spider mine and all of them die. Because they were already low from before. Yeah, stalkers are so expensive. I mean, he lost 32 stalkers. He is so inefficient in this match so far. It's insane, and it's all because of those stalkers. And he only killed 6 tanks, comparatively. That's really a big deal. He loses another stalker, he walks again into those spider mines. It's just not it's not doable. Templar Archives, Forge. But what is he actually going for? It's still, again, only Blink Stalker. It's Gateway Man, basically, right? Blink Stalker Zealot, yeah. StarCraft 2 Gateway Man. It's just so difficult to execute. I feel like you need to really carefully engage every and each time, or you will just trade so inefficiently that it doesn't even make sense. I mean, they're great against these vultures, catching them in those anti-harassment groups, right? But honestly, you just make a shield battery, you make a couple cannons, and then the vultures will never break these mineral lines again. You need like 10 vultures or something to break a cannon, I feel like. And if you have a shield battery healing a cannon up, it's almost impossible for the vultures to break that at all, right? It buys you so much time. You can basically warp in the stalkers there and just kill everything. And now Archons will be, as I said again, floatable units hovering. They do not get targeted by the spider mines, but they will connect with the AoE damage if it hits a different unit next to the Archon. He's making more robos. Going into Prism Immortal. Now there we go, finally. So he recognizes this and says, alright, let's try carriers. Or maybe it's Tempests. I would like to see Tempests more. I hope it's Tempests. And that should be able to just counter out this mech. And it forces mech basically to come out and play. And not just sit back and defend. And that's where the choice can, or the you know, thing can happen where the mech player kind of has to, where you initiate basically a base trade as the Protoss, and the mech player has to accept that fight. And he's very supply block man. He's so used to drop supplies, you can see that, and to make so many extra command centers and orbitals. You don't really need that many extra command centers here, because you can't morph them into orbitals, of course. Spirit does not have a add-on on his starport, so he can't actually utilize the science facility for anything useful there. And he's trying to clear a few mines. While I don't hate it, I would have liked it if he would have tried to grab that tank with it. And I don't know what he is actually achieving with that. He's just freeing up some supply. So he's going into carriers. Yeah, okay, if your opponent doesn't notice it, and I mean, he is not that high in numbers of Goliath. We're only looking at 5 Goliaths right now, he's making 2 more, bringing him up to 7. That's a decent number. But he can snipe those with the carriers, if you have enough carriers. Now he's gonna make Wraiths. I think that's just to clear this War Prism here. 1 Wraith. Look at that tank army, man. It's insane. And he's remaking Goliaths. He's making like 12 Goliaths right now. Look at the supply efficiency. It's insane. 15 Goliaths, 28 tanks. This is such a army. And that carrier, he needs to kill the Goliaths, man. He needs to micro the carrier, but yeah, you need to kind of run away. There you go. That's it. That's it, classic. You can micro them a little bit like brute war carriers. He loses the carrier. I can't believe it, man. Classic. Classic, classic. What are you doing? He's trying to trade and get more of those glides, but yeah, as that was seen now by Spirit, I mean, it's still not Tempest, it's still carriers following this up. And it was seen, and now it's just, man, I mean... Did he cancel one of them? No, he has actually 3 carriers. There they are. There's one of them. Why are they so split? Oh, he made one from that proxy stock. Now, can he break this? He has a lot of zealots. There is no spider mines kind of helping out, and immortals are coming in. They're really hitting those tanks kind of very hard here, and half of the tank count has been reduced. That's a nice change here, but and now if you come in with more and more zealots, but I mean, where is he gonna take the money from if not steal it? Look at that. +2 vultures. They're not gonna be able to break that cannon. Where's he gonna take the money from to actually keep up the production? To bring in like 50 zealots right now, which he needs. He's gonna potentially lose another carrier. Ah! Spirit splitting up that damage a little bit unfortunate here for himself. Now let's check the speed. 2.6 against walking speed of 3.6. So the Goliaths are quite a bit faster, and they will kill both of the carriers now. So efficient clearing here. He also finally found that proxy location, and he is going into more and more expansions here. +3 and +2 armor here on the way, +3 weapons. Classic is evacuating his areas here. Spirit is looking poised to take the game. I mean, what has Classic left? He literally has nothing. He has like 14 zealots, 4 immortals, and 4 archons. I feel like you kind of want to play this more. Like instead of these 70 stalkers he died. Oh, sorry, excuse me. It was only 60. You kind of probably want to play this just Zealot Archon for quite a while. So you can kind of trade with a very not really cost efficient army, but it's basically an army that is easy to make, right? Zealot Archon. I'm not sure. But yeah, I of course like the Tempest idea way more. Should be the strongest thing. By the way, Immortals seem to be very strong against those Widow Mines. They instantly connect to the target, right? They don't need the animation to connect, so... Once things pop up, they basically just kill them. Now, Classic is quite dead. He has like 9 probes left, he has 1 Nexus left. And he has an army across the map, but Spirit is still mining, he still has production. He has a bigger army coming back. Double the supply army. You see more and more worker die. There's the last 3 left in Classic's main base. This is gonna be a base. You need to be on top of the ramp here, Classic, but it's still not gonna be enough. You can't win this, I feel like. It's Classic here. Big surround is happening. He's trying to come from behind with the rest of his zealots, but it's just not enough, and everything's gonna fall apart here for Classic. Spirit is gonna take the tournament. Wow. Wow.